in Hollywood. Hollywood has a reputation. Some of the stuff that's going on in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
Crazy happened in Hollywood.
You would go to a party, Hollywood was using this. And
Patrick Bet David, a name synonymous with entrepreneurial wisdom and unfiltered commentary, has recently made headlines with his scathing critique of woke culture in Hollywood. His bold stance has sparked widespread discussion, drawing applause from some quarters and ire from others. This piece delves into the details of Bet David's comments, the context of his criticisms, and the varied reactions from industry insiders and the public alike. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. Patrick Bet David, the founder of Valuetainment, is no stranger to controversy. His platform, known for promoting entrepreneurial excellence and practical business advice, often veers into socio-political commentary. Bet David's recent diatribe against woke culture in Hollywood has been a hot topic, especially given the current polarized climate. His comments came during a recent interview where he did not mince words, calling out what he perceives as the hypocrisy and superficiality of Hollywood's embrace of woke ideologies. Bet David's argument centers on the notion that Hollywood, a bastion of liberal thought, has overcorrected in its attempt to be inclusive and progressive. He argues that this shift has led to a culture of performative activism, where genuine efforts for social change are overshadowed by token gestures and virtue signaling. According to Bet David, this trend is detrimental not only to the entertainment industry, but also to society at large, as it creates an environment where dissenting opinions are stifled and creativity is hampered. One of the primary targets of Bet David's critique is the recent wave of reboots and remakes of classic films and TV shows. He contends that many of these projects are being altered to fit contemporary woke narratives, often at the expense of original storylines and characters. Bet David believes that this trend is a disservice to both the original creators and the audiences who loved the original works. By prioritizing political correctness over storytelling, Hollywood, in his view, is diluting the quality of its content. In his tirade, Bet David did not hold back from addressing specific instances where he believes woke culture has gone too far. He pointed to award shows and public statements by celebrities as prime examples of how Hollywood elites use their platforms to push political agendas. Bet David argues that these displays are often more about self-aggrandizement than genuine concern for social issues. This, he claims, alienates a significant portion of the audience who feel that their own views are not represented or respected. The reaction to Bet David's comments has been mixed, reflecting the deep divisions within both the entertainment industry and society at large. Some industry insiders have rallied behind him, echoing his sentiments about the need for a balance between progressive values and creative freedom. They argue that while inclusivity is important, it should not come at the cost of artistic integrity or originality. These supporters believe that Bet David is voicing concerns that many in Hollywood are afraid to express publicly for fear of backlash. On the other hand, Bet David's critique has also drawn significant criticism. Many in Hollywood and beyond see his comments as reactionary and out of touch with the realities of systemic discrimination and the need for greater representation in media. Critics argue that what Bet David dismisses as performative activism is, in fact, a crucial step towards rectifying long-standing inequalities in the industry. They contend that the changes he bemoans are necessary for creating a more inclusive and just society. Bet David's stance on woke culture also touches on the broader issue of cancel culture, a phenomenon that has gained considerable traction in recent years. He argues that the fear of being canceled for expressing unpopular opinions stifles free speech and open debate. This, he believes, is particularly detrimental in creative fields like entertainment, where innovation and originality are paramount. Bet David's comments have resonated with those who feel that the current climate of political correctness has gone too far, creating an atmosphere where even mild dissent can lead to severe repercussions. The impact of Bet David's comments is not limited to Hollywood alone. His critique has sparked a broader conversation about the role of media and entertainment in shaping societal values and norms. Supporters of his view argue that Hollywood has a disproportionate influence on public discourse and that its embrace of woke culture can have far-reaching implications. They believe that by prioritizing political agendas over artistic expression, Hollywood risks alienating audiences and undermining its own credibility. In response to Bet David's comments, several prominent figures in the entertainment industry have spoken out. Some have defended Hollywood's efforts to become more inclusive, arguing that the industry has a responsibility to reflect the diversity of its audience. Others have taken a more nuanced stance, acknowledging the validity of some of Bette David's points, while also emphasizing the importance of social progress. This debate highlights the complex and often contentious nature of discussions about culture, politics, and entertainment. As the discourse around woke culture and Hollywood continues to evolve, it is clear that Bette David's comments have struck a chord. Whether one agrees with him or not, his critique has brought to the forefront important questions about the direction of the entertainment industry and its role in society. For some, Bette David is a courageous truth-teller, unafraid to challenge the status quo. For others, he represents a reactionary backlash against necessary social change. In examining the broader implications of Bette David's critique, it is essential to consider the historical context of Hollywood's relationship with politics and social issues. Hollywood has long been a battleground for cultural and ideological conflicts, with the industry's influence extending far beyond the realm of entertainment. From the anti-communist purges of the McCarthy era to the civil rights movement and beyond, Hollywood's history is replete with examples of political engagement and activism. In recent years, the rise of social media has amplified Hollywood's role in shaping public discourse. Celebrities and industry figures now have direct channels to their audiences, allowing them to advocate for social causes and political issues with unprecedented reach. This shift has both democratized and polarized the conversation, making it easier for diverse voices to be heard while also intensifying ideological divides. Bette David's critique must also be understood in the context of broader societal changes. The past decade has seen a significant shift in public attitudes towards issues of race, gender, and equality. Movements like #MeToo and Black Lives Matter have brought issues of systemic discrimination and inequality to the forefront of public consciousness, prompting widespread calls for change. In this context, Hollywood's embrace of woke culture can be seen as part of a larger societal reckoning with issues of injustice and inequality. However, Bette David and his supporters argue that the pendulum has swung too far, creating a climate where ideological conformity is enforced at the expense of free expression and creative freedom. They contend that the current focus on representation and inclusivity, while important, should not overshadow the fundamental principles of artistic integrity and originality. This perspective highlights the tension between the desire for social progress and the need to preserve the creative freedom that is essential to the arts. As the debate over woke culture in Hollywood continues, it is worth considering the perspectives of those within the industry who are directly affected by these changes. Actors, directors, writers, and producers are often at the forefront of these cultural battles, navigating the complex terrain of artistic expression and social responsibility. Their experiences and insights provide valuable context for understanding the impact of these broader cultural shifts on the entertainment industry. For some in Hollywood, the push for greater inclusivity and representation is a welcome and long overdue change. They argue that the industry has historically marginalized certain groups, and that efforts to rectify these inequalities are both necessary and just. These individuals often see woke culture as a positive force, driving meaningful change and fostering a more inclusive and equitable industry. Others, however, share Bette David's concerns about the potential downsides of woke culture. They worry that the emphasis on political correctness can stifle creativity and limit the scope of artistic expression. For these individuals, the challenge lies in finding a balance between promoting social progress and preserving the freedom that is essential to the creative process. This perspective underscores the complexity of the issues at hand and the need for nuanced and thoughtful approaches to these challenges. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us? Did you agree with Patrick Bette David's critique of woke culture in Hollywood? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.